Totally.
And then we could actually get to some video games.
And amiibos.
Well, there's not a lot of amiibo talk this time because they announced a lot of like amiibo compatibility, but not really a lot of amiibos.
It seemed like a lot.
Well, they brought up amiibos a lot.
Yeah.
They definitely did that. But alright, so the number one thing, the first thing they announced on the Nintendo Direct was that they're bringing back Twilight Princess in high definition.
That was a big reveal too. Like, I liked it. It's like they put the title there and then bing, HD.
Yeah, it changed my whole outlook on life.
I'm sure it did.
And there's already chatter like on the internet that the graphics aren't like as great, or that they're not way better enough for them, because Twilight Princess didn't even come out 10 years ago, you know, and they're already updating it with an HD release, and then people are complaining that like, well, it doesn't look super great, great. All right,
it's gotta be still pretty good for.
Like, they're mad that it doesn't look better enough. Even like, okay, it's only been 9 years of technology, like it's in 1080p now. But one thing is that the presentation, the Nintendo Direct presentation, was not in 1080. So how are you gonna show off a 1080p game in a broadcast that's not in 1080p?
Yeah.
So I think people need to calm down until we see like the real trailer, first of all. But anyway, like I'm super excited for the release because like I don't think I liked it that much after I had initially finished Twilight Princess back when it came out. But like in retrospect, it was a really good game. It just wasn't like the Zelda I wanted to play at the time. But like when I look back on it, it's still a really good Zelda game. It's just they focused a lot on like the dungeons, and that was pretty much it. The dungeons. The dungeons were great. The dungeons were really cool. Like there's a dungeon that's basically these Ice Yeti's house. And they're like, it's a pretty big house. So you're running around their house basically. Like it's a gigantic dungeon. So like those were like really clever dungeons, you know? But like that kind of left the rest of the game kind of like like an afterthought.
Yeah.
Because they gave you like this big world to run around, like the overworld, but you couldn't really do anything there except fight some monsters and stuff.
No, I'm really seeing that. How you made that joke earlier. Elder Scrolls, Legends of Zelda, Elder Scrolls. Like,
yeah. Big, expansive nothing.
Makes sense.
But yeah, we'll get to that in a second too. But anyway, Twilight Princess is going to be awesome because it's basically the same game. It's going to have amiibo support, even though they didn't say what that support is. I would hope it's like side quests, at least like a couple of fetch quests or something. You know, like go kill 10 moblins. Make it a little more Skyrim-y.
Yeah.
But because of the amiibo support, they're even making a Wolf Link / Midna amiibo.
That looked pretty badass.
Yeah, it looks super cool because it's like on those like rocks or something, and the wolf is. It looks like a really big amiibo too. Like it was like way over its base.
Yeah.
And then like I never thought we'd get like a Midna amiibo because she's not like the most popular Zelda character. But luckily, since the game is coming out, we totally luck out and get that amiibo.
Nice.
So I'm definitely pre-ordering it when it becomes available. Alright. But, yeah. Okay. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about was Mario Tennis. That was the next thing that caught my eye because it's going to have online mode and quote, simple mode. Where you could play like straight real tennis.
Simple. For the simpletons.
Yeah. But because I know like a lot of the complaints people have about the Mario sports games is because they get all Mario Kart-y. Like you get all kinds of power-ups and crazy stuff happening.
Oh, yeah.
And people just want to play like legit, straight up sports, I guess.
I guess that makes sense then to put a simple version.
Yeah, it's not impossible to just take out all the items. But like, What if they did that to Mario Kart?
Then
And
it'd
you
just
just
be
play
a
a racing game.
Yeah.
Even though I would probably win more often. That's just not what Mario Kart's about.
Yeah. It's not fun unless you're shooting people while you're racing.
Alright. But from Mario Tennis, then we got, I guess Mario Kart is apt, because we're still talking about racing games, with Fast Racing Neo.
Is it fast?
Is it racing?
Neo.
It's both.
Who's Neo?
Those are actually my notes. It's fast and racing. So cool. That's what my notes say.
It sure is those things.
I'm skipping over this and Mario Tennis so fast because, I mean, they're going to be rad games, which is not a lot to say. Like, this is going to be a rad racing game where you drive in circles really fast. Just like Mario Tennis is going to be a great game where you play tennis.
That looked familiar. Didn't they have Mario Tennis before?
Yeah, they've had plenty of Mario Tennises.
Yeah.
But, like, there's some where you couldn't play, like, straight tennis. You could only just do, like, with all the crazy wacky power-ups and stuff.
Oh,
and then,
okay.
But people were weirded out by that because, like, the first, like, one or two Mario Tennises was pretty much real tennis. Just with, like, Mario characters. So then when you started going all Mario Kart direction, then everyone got weirded out and wanted to go back to real tennis.
So first they started off on one end of the spectrum, and then they went too far to the other side, and now they're kind of
Now they just have to make two different games. But those are like the small fry titles because those are all like ones that we've all played a Zelda game, I guess. But Okay, so on December 4th, Xenoblade Chronicles X comes out, and I was not really interested in the game at all because it's supposed to be like hundreds of hours long, and that is not that's like an anti-selling point to me at this point.
Right? That was that open world
I want a
game?
Yeah, it's the big open world one that we saw with like dragons flying around and like weird squid monsters.
To me, it looked like
and
Skyrim.
Mech suits.
It looked like Skyrim and Halo put together. Like
because of all the futuristic technology.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm sure it'll be a good game for the people that are into 100-hour plus games, right? But that ain't me. But then on the Nintendo Direct, they straight out called out Zelda and Metroid fans. Like, did you hear that part? Where he's like, it's gonna be a big, like, for anyone who's a fan of big adventure games, Zelda fans, Metroid fans, I'm talking to you.
Damn.
I was like, ouch, dude.
Shots
like
fired.
He just called me like a typical Nintendo gamer. like the kind of Nintendo gamer who only buys Nintendo titles.
Well,
and like won't buy anything that's not Mario or Zelda or Metroid. But you know how that's a lie? Because nobody buys Metroid stuff. Metroid sells really badly.
Even though it's so awesome?
Yeah, even though it's like considered Nintendo's like third franchise and everybody loves it. Yeah. Like every Metroid title sells worse than the last Metroid title.
It's not right.
It's been like a generally downward trend since like Super Metroid. Yeah, it isn't right. But it is the way it is.
Do something about this.
Buy more Metroid stuff.
No.
No, that doesn't sound like a solution.
We'll think of something.
Something that involves us not spending more money.
Totally.
Alright, but anyway, shots fired, right?
Yeah.
Straight up. So now I'm thinking about buying this game, but now I've looked into it just like a little bit so far, and it looks really fun. Like it's like this crazy RPG stuff. The number one thing I think I like about it so far, from like the few trailers I've seen, is that it takes place on Earth, not like some unnamed Earth-like planet. like say Skyrim, for example. Like, what planet are you on?
Tamriel.
Where? What?
Yeah.
So it's just, but it's basically Earth, right? Like there's forests and lakes and oceans and trees and
fish.
And like every game basically does. A lot of fantasy games do the same thing. Like, does Middle Earth really, is that really Earth, or is Middle Earth some sort of alternate Earth? Or because like Star Wars happens on a planet far, far away.
Yeah, it's a totally different galaxy.
So like that, and like a lot of the Final Fantasies and Dragon Quest games, like they don't even name the planet. So then like that they call, you have to save humanity and Earth. Sweet. It's not like you're on this other planet, like it's a lot like Earth, but we're not going to tell you about it.
So you have more interest in saving something that you're more familiar with, right?
Oh yeah, like like save Earth. You got like that's where video games started, right?
Yeah.
Like Space Invaders.
Damn right you're gonna save Earth.
Like I'm automatically have a vested interest in saving whatever's happening.
That's where I live.
Not like Final Fantasy, it was like I do what I want. And like I actively try to avoid finishing the main narrative.
Let's go do some other stuff.
Alright, so that's Xenoblade Chronicles. And then we saw a Pokken tournament.
Pokken. That's never not gonna be funny.
Pokemon plus Tekken.
Pokken.
It describes the title and the actual gameplay.
It really
Right?
just looked
Like,
like,
it's a fighting
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, well, like in 3D though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like Tekken to me, but with like projectiles. Because there was a lot of like energy blasts and stuff.
It's a fucking Pokemon.
And then, well, yeah, there's a bunch of Pokemon in it. It's never going to be enough Pokemon though, because it's not like 700 and something fighters, right?
Is there that many Pokemon?
But couldn't they, like, if they release this game, couldn't they release new fighters forever? Because you just have to add more Pokemon? Like, it's not like you don't know who the fighters could be. Like, you don't have to come up with a completely new Pokemon.
Yeah.
So they could just release, like, downloadable fighters for this game for, like, forever.
Couple here and there.
Especially, like, for similar Pokemon. They're just, like, a smaller, faster version of them or something.
Oh, yeah. The different
Like
evolution, though.
Pikachu and Raichu.
Yeah.
But, like, one thing I want to see is if, like, people actually, like, play it in tournaments. Like how they have Street Fighter tournaments and all that. Like
yeah.
those giant tournaments. Well, like, will Pokemon make it? Will they take it seriously? Will it be, like, good enough to be, like, a big tournament fighter like that?
I don't see why not.
Or will they all hate on Pokemons?
Isn't Pokemon pretty beloved in the
Yeah,
gaming community?
I think so. Most people have good memories of Pokemon at this point.
I mean, I'm not into it, but I don't hate it.
You still grew up in that culture, so
Yeah.
you're aware of it.
I played Pokemon Snap. That was pretty cool.
And you have no general animosity towards Pokemon.
Yeah. They look weird.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah. They really are Asian. But
Shoo. South Park. Alright. Well, is there any Pokemon you'd want to be in it? Like, I don't know how familiar you are with Pokemon. Besides maybe like the ones at Smash Brothers, so they already fight.
yeah. Wait, Batman is not a Pokemon, right? No.
There are bat type Pokemon. So close enough. Alright.
I hope they put Team Rocket in the game.
Big thing is they had another trailer for Star Fox Zero where they explained more of the gameplay and stuff, but they didn't really they didn't really reveal anything new about Star Fox Zero, except that it's delayed until April.
Yeah, it's a ways away.
So that trailer hurt more than it helped.
No shit.
But the big news is Cloud Strife in Smash Brothers.
That seemed pretty epic.
Cloud storms into battle.
Of course he does.
I wanted to say something like Cloud Strife cries into battle. Like, if you played Final Fantasy VII, I think that's a more apt description of what Cloud does. I hope that they have like they have to have like a Zack themed outfit when you change Cloud's colors. I hope, because all you have to do basically is change his hair to black, and then he'd be the character Zack from Final Fantasy VII, the real cool guy from the game.
Huh.
But anyway, that made me think, because this means that Final Fantasy VII Cloud has never appeared on a Nintendo game.
Oh yeah, it's a PlayStation game.
Yeah, and it's always been, it was on PlayStation and then like PC, I guess, and that was it. But like, instead of using one of the like the Final Fantasies that had that was actually on the Nintendo system, they decided to go with like the most famous character from Final Fantasy,
Man.
which is a way to go too.
I was expecting them to throw in other characters too. Like,
Yeah, like if they had Cloud, they could have had another person from Final Fantasy VII. Probably Tifa or Sephiroth, the villain. And I would totally root for Sephiroth being in the game, because I think the game could use more villains.
yeah.
Like, I want, like, my dream Smash Brothers roster would be like, for every good guy, it has their opposing villain. Like Mario and Bowser, Link and Ganon. Yoshi would have Kamek, and so on and so on and so on.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, it would be an even roster between the good guys and the bad guys. That would be super epic. But anyway, they just keep adding good guys. Like, they could have had Akuma instead of Ryu. That would have been super rad. But I think they prefer to go with, like, the most famous characters.
Yeah. Makes sense, because it'll draw more people to the game.
Yeah.
People who are only familiar with the popular characters.
So, unfortunately, we wouldn't get, like, the character from Final Fantasy VI that was on Super Nintendo. Terra was the main character. But, or if you're not even going to pay attention to being on the Nintendo systems or not, they could have had Zidane from FF9, but I know that's not even close because no one knows who that is. Compared to FF7 and 8.
Yeah, I never played any of them, so I don't know who.
You'd probably recognize, like, a picture of them.
Probably.
Like, hey, that's a game character. But, like, I think there was other people that could have been better than Cloud, but I'm not against Cloud being in the game at all. Because there were a lot of people saying, like, there's no way Cloud would ever be in the game. He was never on a Nintendo system. It's impossible.
Well, if you put Snake from Metal Gear in there, like...
Yeah, but, that's what I thought. That was my argument. Because, like, yeah, Snake was technically on some, like, Nintendo games. Like, the original Metal Gear, right? When you couldn't even tell that's what he looked like.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I figured, like, it wouldn't matter. If Sakurai, the creator of Smash Brothers, wants to put someone in the game, he's probably going to put them in the game now. Now I'm wondering, like, if it doesn't have to be a Nintendo game, does it even have to be a game? What if Mickey Mouse is in the game or something? Or Bugs Bunny?
Like all Kingdom Hearts with it?
Yeah. Like, it would be from, like, a movie or a cartoon or something instead of a video game. And then really freak people out.
That would be pretty cool to play Smash Brothers like Simpsons characters, or like... What else?
King of the Hill.
Is Hank throwing
Damn it, Bobby.
beer cans in? Oh my god.
Alright, so, anyway, obviously we could think of a bunch of other characters you want, but all will be revealed in December, because that's at some point in December. That's all they gave us. It's next month, and they couldn't even give us like a solid day.
Yeah.
But they said in December there's gonna be another big Smash Brothers like Nintendo Direct, like that's only about Smash Brothers. And everyone's assuming this is going to be like the final thing that they do for Smash Brothers, basically, before they're done with all the DLC and everything they've released. So everyone's expecting like maybe 1 or 2 or even 3 characters to be revealed. Because remember the Smash Brothers ballots they had a couple months ago?
Yeah.
Where you could actually vote for characters. And I consistently did vote while drunk.
Yes. We talked about that, right?
Yeah, that's on a past podcast. And
that's good stuff.
So hopefully Sakurai got to read all of my drunken messages to him about releasing Meteos again. And now hates working on Smash Brothers even more after reading all of the fighter ballots. Like, can't you just imagine him, like, flipping through all of these? Because you could post as many as you want, which I did. And, like, just at each click, you just... more and more saddened and disgusted.
Like, dumb, lame, dumb,
this
pussy.
Is just a bunch of gibberish. Like, so much
I like where he's going with it.
Forget it. I'm just putting in the Duck Hunt dog. I hope he does that though, like with the Duck Hunt dog or with Rob the robot. Like sometimes he'll just get someone out of left field that no one was asking for.
Yeah. Where the fuck did Game & Watch come from?
Yeah. But he's rad.
I guess. Flipping bacon. Stupid.
Alright, so I guess that's it with the Smash Brothers announcement. We just have to wait till Smash Bros. Announcement and see what happens. Because they should reveal the Cloud, but they didn't give us like a date for him.
Yeah.
Like for when they're gonna reveal it. But they also hinted that there's gonna be like a Final Fantasy costume pack with all those chocobos at the end.
Is that what that was?
All those tiny birds. If I get to be a Moogle in Smash Bros, that's all I need.
Alright.
At least a Tifa costume, so I could, I already made Tifa and Cloud in the game as me characters, actually. So once that happens, we'll have to compare and contrast my amiibo characters my me characters with the actual thing.
Yeah. Okay, so if this is going to be the last update, then for them to do anything else with Smash Brothers, they have to come out with a whole new game, right?
That would be the most likely scenario. I guess they could continue to update this game in like a couple years, but we'll probably have moved on to a new system by then. Because, like, you gotta let these guys make a different game. They've been working on this for like 10 years now.
Yeah. Get something fresh in there.
Like, it has to be in Sakurai's contract. Let me make whatever I want now. Take as long as I want.
It'll be his life's work.
It'll just be like a Tetris clone. You took 6 years to make this. I just didn't want to make another Smash Brothers.
Deal with it.
Try and sell it. Because he's like gone on the record numerous times that he hates making sequels. And he's made how many Smash Brothers now? And the Metal Gear Solid guy said the same thing. He said he wanted to quit after 3 Metal Gear Solids.
Hideo Kojima?
Yeah. And he's like, then I want to make some other games.
So many Metal Gears.
And that's when they locked him in a basement. Tell him to keep making Metal Gear games. And that's when Metal Gear got even more weird.
Yeah, with the cyborg.
And like the future where nothing is but war. It's like if they're not gonna let me make the games I want, I'm just gonna make the games I want and call them Metal Gear games.
That'll teach him.
until they finally fired him.
So the end?
Yeah, that's it. Until the next podcast.
Sweet.
And find us on YouTube and find us on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and on our official website, thebystanderspodcast.com, and on Stitcher and iTunes.
Yes.
Thanks for listening to the Bystanders podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/gamemusicforall. You can find links and show notes from today's episode at thebystanderspodcast.com. Follow us on Instagram at the Bystanders Podcast and on Twitter at TBS Podcast. And you can support the show by subscribing to us at patreon.com/genoboots.
Where everyone gets fit. Or else.
Or else you're off the planet.
Looks like someone hasn't done enough crunches to stay out of jail.
What?
That beer gut is a felony.